Hello. Sorry, it's kind of slow in speaking there. I forgot I pressed start. I want to talk about everything that's going on in the world, like basically the stuff I've been paying attention to, right? Like the gas prices rising. I'm in California. I mean, like just last week it was in the $4 because I'm not in Los Angeles, so I'm in like I'm like 2 hours away from LA in a very country area, right? Because I was a little tired of the city. I don't feel like the hustle and bustle. If I'm not doing anything else with my life, right? And I'm not even from the city, so I don't like all that hustle and bustle. And then I'm not even doing nothing special over there. So I left Los Angeles, but I still go back every now and then if I have some business to do. But yeah. So you know the saying, because that's what's big right now, right? That's the knowledge that a lot of people have come into. Is that your inner world is creating your outer world, right? That's what we keep saying. When we don't have money, we'll say, well, it's something that you're doing with your law of attraction, or it's something going on with your inner world, right? When things, when a consecutive, let me say, when things that we don't enjoy or things that we don't like happen to us continuously, we get the message that it's something going on with our inner world and we have to change our inner world. We get that a lot. We get that even when we look at these hypnotherapy type of commercials, right? To reprogram your mind for your marriage to work, to get money, or to, I guess, even to lose weight. Why can't we do that with this gas? Why can't we do that with these wars they keep trying to show us? Why can't we do that with COVID-19? That's still our inner world, right? Because there is no such thing as an outer world. Why is it that we get this message to work on our inner world, and it's because of what we attract? The reason why some of us don't have the money that we want is because of the law of attraction. Now, I know that's bully boo-boo because I talked about on a previous upload about it's not always about some law of attraction, especially when it comes to wealth. It's very few people who are picked to be at the top. So if it's just based on some law of attraction and everybody can just do it, then you wouldn't just have a select few that would be the billionaires and that would be at the top of the pyramid. It's by design that some people are chosen to struggle. They're chosen, okay, because they're seen in the spiritual world, okay, especially a certain group of people around the world that's suffering, okay. But then a lot of that has to do with something that happened eons ago and not necessarily a supremacy right now, that people want to blame it on. People want to blame it on a certain supremacy. It's something that happened eons ago why this group of people is picked to keep suffering. And this group of people have to look at what's happening to see if they're going to turn that around, because that's something that went on like probably over 100,000 years ago. What's happening right now, and it's finally the harvest. Like what's happening right now is like that harvest of what this group of people decided to do possibly hundreds of thousands of years ago. Is finally the harvest that you're seeing. And because a lot of people are asleep, it's hard to see that. And it's you just look at the group of people that appears to be in power right now and blame them, okay. But anyway, that's all I say. But yeah, I want to get back on this though. Just saying though, there is truly no outer world. There is only an inner world. That is true. So a lot of stuff that we see in our reality, including the gas prices, including anything you see, is still something that's going on in our inner world, right? So why can't we change that? Why is it that we do get the message though, if things are not going on in our life? We get this a lot from these hypnotherapy type of commercials and these other commercials. I want to talk about the law of attraction and winning the lottery and all that stuff. Okay, when they want to sell you something. They always tell you to work on reprogramming your mind, work on all that stuff and your attraction. And if something bad happening to you, you attracted it, and you got to change that so good things can happen. Why can't that happen with COVID? Why is it that everybody had to go out and wear a face mask and all that stuff? Why couldn't we just change our inner world when it came to COVID? You're going to change your inner world when it comes to getting money. Why can't you change your inner world when it comes to COVID and all these variants they want to throw at you? Why can't we just like work on what the ego part of us and dissolve that illusion, okay, and tap more into our higher mind and possibly get rid of COVID and all these variants they want to keep throwing at people? Why can't we get rid of the high gas prices? Why can't we just get rid of capitalism altogether? I mean, it's still part of our inner world, right? It's never a message to get rid of that. Why can't we get rid of IRS? There's never a message to remove that. Okay? There's never a message. Even when I was a Christian, which I'm not a Christian no more because I don't like to be taught what to do. Nobody tell me what to do, but I'm not against scripture if it is interpreted properly, esoterically. I'm not against scripture at all. I'm against it when people are kind of closed-minded and they're very surfacey. That's what I'm against it. But when people understand occultism and they really know how to esoterically break it down, like one Bobby Hemmett, then I'm okay with it when you really know how to break it down. Okay? But what about the scripture when they say when you have the faith of a mustard seed, or when you say move this mountain and the mountain be moved? Why can't you do that with COVID? But you can do that when it comes to money problems. People tell you all the time you do that when it comes to money problems. What do we see on YouTube all the time? How I manifested $30,000. How I manifested this house. Why can't you manifest these doggone gas prices to go down? And I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about all of us, because we all are connected in some kind of way, right? We're not separate. We really are not separate. We really are not. We call ourselves individuals. We have individual personalities and individual lives. But the truth be told, we're not that separate. And so when everybody wants to believe everything that's put out there on media by a lot of these people, and a lot of people want to hold on to it and believe it and do whatever they're told, then it creates this reality that we see. And the thing that people who don't really believe in that stuff, what they got to do is kind of create their own world around that, okay? And basically, eventually get out away from people who want to believe everything they hear on the media. The best thing, the only option really to get rid of that, so you won't have to keep trying to work hard and create this reality for yourself around all this foolishness that everybody else want to believe in because it's messing with your reality too. The best thing to do is really get from up under that consciousness. Get from up under the dome of this United States of America. The best way is to get from up under the dome. Okay? Every country, and I know United States of America is not a country, I know it's a corporation, but each area has its own dome, and the United States of America has its own dome. Okay? And the best thing to do under this dome, you have a bunch of people who want to hold on to everything the media want to put out there, and you're stuck knowing that this is bull, but you have to create your own world around that mess. And the best thing you can do when the means come, if you have the means, is to just kind of get from up under that dome, so you don't have to keep working so hard to create a world around this foolishness that people want to hold on to. Because in other parts of the world, you ain't going to see no COVID. In other parts of the world, it's not going to be extremely high gas prices. What if you can get a group of people to create your own state where none of this exists? And you'll be up under a different dome where people don't believe in this crap. That's just something I was thinking about. I don't want to talk too long because I got to get up and get moving. But that was just something I was thinking about, you know. Like, okay, if I'm saying I'm constantly having money problems, right? Whether it's somebody else want to throw some negativity at me, or a whole bunch of people that want to throw negativity at me. Because when one person do it, you can kind of get around it. But when a whole bunch of people keep doing it, they don't stop, then you have to constantly fight them back. And that's what I've been having to do with the cult. I have to fight hundreds of people back, not just one person, because they never stop, they never give up. Once they see it don't work one time, they keep going, and they keep going for years and years to go. Even if it's 20 years, they don't stop. So that means it's something that you got to stop them from functioning. I have to stop them from functioning, if you know what I mean, if you catch my drift, because they don't seem to give up. Okay, but and so yeah. But other than that, you still get the message that you can create your own world, right? When it comes to money, when it comes to a car, when it comes to a house. They tell you to manifest it. You can create your own world. You are responsible for what happened in your life, right? They tell you create your world. You're responsible. Well, okay, well, I don't want a world with COVID in it no more. How about that? So I need to create a world where that stuff don't exist, because I'm not really afraid of COVID. It's these rules that keep going on in the United States of America that the rest of us got to follow, that I'm a little sick of. Who wants to keep getting tested every week? Okay, especially if you work in healthcare. Who wants to keep getting tested every week? Who want to keep getting these booster shots so they can keep their job? Who wants to keep doing that? And the folks that's not doing it, you have to create your world around that, and it can be an obstacle. It could be a huge obstacle. It's a huge mountain that you got to go around that still interferes with your life. Even if you didn't do none of that, even if you don't get tested, even if you didn't do all this other stuff with the, with the things in your bodies. You still have to create a world around that big old obstacle, because everybody else under this dome, most of the people seems to be holding on to whatever's put out there. And so you're creating your world around this huge mountain. Unless you go to somewhere where that's not going on, but then they are heavily poverty stricken, so you got to work with that. But that's all I'm saying. And I brought up the idea of creating your own state. I've heard some people bring up that idea before. Might not be a bad idea if a group of people get together and understand how to do it, really know how to do it. I don't think that's a bad idea, because this is getting out of control under this dome, where somebody else keep wanting to put stuff in my reality that I don't want there. Okay? But anyway, peoples, I gotta go, and I will talk later.